The Big Catch.
Carlos and Miguel were two friends who loved to fish. They lived in a small coastal town, and the ocean was a big part of their lives. Every weekend, they would take Carlos's small boat out to sea, hoping for a good catch.
One sunny Saturday morning, they set out as usual. The water was calm and blue, and the air was fresh with the salty smell of the ocean. Carlos steered the boat while Miguel prepared their fishing rods and bait.
"I have a good feeling about today, Miguel," Carlos said, looking out at the horizon. "The water looks perfect."
Miguel smiled. "I hope you're right, my friend. We could really use a big catch today."
They sailed for about an hour, until they reached their favorite fishing spot, a little further out where the water was deeper. They dropped anchor and cast their lines into the sea, patiently waiting for a bite.
Hours passed, and the sun climbed higher in the sky. They caught a few small fish, some snappers and a couple of groupers, but nothing significant. They chatted, shared stories, and drank water, enjoying the peacefulness of being out on the open sea.
Just when they were starting to think about heading back, Miguel's fishing rod suddenly bent sharply. The reel started spinning quickly, the line being pulled out with force.
"Carlos, I've got something big!" Miguel exclaimed, his eyes wide with excitement.
Carlos quickly reeled in his own line and rushed to help his friend. Miguel held the rod tightly, his muscles straining as he fought to control the powerful fish on the other end.
"Take it easy, Miguel. Don't lose it," Carlos advised, watching the bending rod with anticipation.
The fish pulled and tugged, putting up a strong fight. Miguel slowly reeled it in, inch by inch, his arms getting tired. Carlos stood by, ready to assist. They could see a large shadow moving beneath the surface of the water.
After what felt like a long time, the fish finally came closer to the boat. It was huge, a massive Dorado, its golden body shimmering in the sunlight. It was the biggest fish either of them had ever seen.
Carefully, Carlos grabbed the large net and waited for the right moment. With a final, powerful pull from Miguel, the Dorado was close enough. Carlos swiftly scooped it up in the net, and with a grunt of effort, they both lifted it into the boat.
The fish was even bigger up close. It was long and heavy, its bright colors flashing. Carlos and Miguel looked at each other, their faces filled with amazement and triumph.
"Incredible!" Carlos exclaimed, laughing. "We actually caught it."
Miguel was still breathing heavily from the fight, but a wide grin spread across his face. "I told you I had a good feeling."
They admired their impressive catch, carefully placing it in the cooler they had brought. They knew this fish would bring a good price at the market.
The journey back to shore was filled with excitement. They talked about their big catch, reliving the moment when Miguel's line first went taut and the long struggle to bring the fish in.
When they arrived back in their town, news of their enormous Dorado spread quickly. People gathered around their boat, marveling at the size of the fish. Carlos and Miguel felt proud and happy.
They sold the Dorado at the market for a good price, enough to treat themselves and their families. That evening, as they sat together, sharing a simple meal, they talked about their adventure.
"That was the catch of a lifetime, Miguel," Carlos said, smiling.
"Definitely," Miguel agreed. "We'll have to go out again soon. Maybe there are more big ones out there.
They knew that even if they never caught a fish that big again, they would always remember the day they landed the giant Dorado, a testament to their patience, their friendship, and the unpredictable wonders of the sea. And as they planned their next fishing trip, they couldn't help but dream of another big catch waiting for them in the deep blue water.